Mr. Loder.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. It's a pleasure to speak in this debate. I'd like to congratulate my honourable friend, the member for Buckingham, wish him a very happy birthday. And I'd also like to say to him and other members of the House that I believe the bill that we have in front of us today at third reading is a very, very important step in tackling the crime issues that we have in this country, and particularly for rural Britain and particularly for rural England. Mr Deputy Speaker, I should declare to the House that I'm a tenant bee farmer's son, and I believe that some of the benefits that will be brought to particularly the agricultural community will benefit those farms across West Dorset and further afield, because what it goes to do is it looks to mitigate the risks that indeed come to pass when equipment is stolen. And those in rural settings, particularly farmers, but not exclusively so, those who have rural businesses, have had to deal with this an appalling level of crime and particularly theft for far too long. And I'm very pleased that this bill brings forward measures in effect to deter, not just to mitigate, but to deter these thefts from taking place in the first place. In West Dorset, Mr Deputy Speaker, I've been particularly concerned about this, and I'm very much aware that my right honourable friend, the Minister, and his department have done a lot of work in this space and will continue to do so. It builds upon the increase in police funding that we have seen in Dorset that the Minister has. I remember we debated in this House a few weeks ago about police funding, and I'm very pleased to see that in improvement for Dorset, much wanted and much called for a long time, improvement as well. But nonetheless, we still have these difficulties that continue, and I think my honourable friend, the member for Buckingham, Buckingham's bill will actually go to help it considerably more. Because in the past year, Mr Deputy Speaker, we have seen 253 reported incidents of rural crime in Dorset. That's 5 per week. Now, they're not all quad bikes, and they're not all similar sorts of pieces of equipment, but they are often pieces of farm equipment that are expensive, that can actually hugely interrupt local businesses, whether it's farmers, whether it's builders, or whether it's other small businesses. It is hugely disruptive. The most common type of rural crime in Dorset is the theft of machinery, tools and vehicles. And that accounts for 43% of all reported incidents that we've seen. Now, I'm very much aware that this bill doesn't include some of the other thefts and so on that we see in animals, with animals, with rustling and so on. But I hope that my honourable friend, the Minister, will take away from this debate certainly my very strong feeling, and I think that would probably be safe to say for my neighbouring colleagues in Dorset, that we feel very strongly about these things, and I hope that we'll see some progress accordingly. In 2020, we had 23 reported incidents of theft of high-value farm machinery alone. And just so we're clear what I'm talking about, we're talking about tractors, we're talking about telehandlers, other large equipment such as diggers and so on. That, as I said earlier, is hugely disruptive. I'm hopeful that, I'm very hopeful that my honourable friend's bill will make progress with dealing with that. I think the deterrent that it brings will be hugely valuable. I'd like to congratulate him again on bringing this bill. It will be great value to all rural communities, and I'd like to thank him again. Thank you.
Mr.